So I'm wondering if we can start by you sharing your name and a project or two that perhaps you are best known for writing and or creating.
I'm Gretchen Cryer, and probably best known for a show that I wrote with Nancy Ford called I'm Getting My Act Together and Taking It on the Road. But also, we wrote The Last Sweet Days of Isaac.
My name is Joe Gilford. I am the author of the play Finks and also the screenwriting book, Why Does the Screenwriter Cross the Road and Other Screenwriting Secrets.
I'm Sarah Saltzberg, and I am one of the creators of the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. I wrote additional material for a Broadway show called Getting the Band Back Together.
Tell me how you discerned your knack for dramatic writing. Was it through another performing art? What turned you on to storytelling? And how'd you get here?
I started out as a young actor. My parents were actors, Jack Gilford, Madeline Gilford. When I kind of just became involved in filmmaking, and I made a film with my father called Max, which was based on a character he created called Max the Doorman. It had actually been based on a character he created for us as kids. It played at Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah, Spelling Bee started off as Crepuscule, and it really started out as something that a bunch of friends wanted to do together. All of those projects came from improvisation. So it was just sort of natural for those things to come together in that way.
I started loving drama when I was 5 years old. I was living out in rural Indiana, outside a town of 200, had never seen a theater piece. I started putting on plays with my brother. I always gravitated toward performing. After I had had two kids and my husband and I split up, it seemed like it was more reasonable for me to just concentrate on the writing.
What would you say is the hallmark of solid dramatic writing, and what insights would you offer to someone trying to cut their teeth in that medium?
I would say focus on the things that you really love to do. For me, I spent the first couple of years that I moved to New York trying to fit a round peg into a square hole. And then I leaned into the thing that I enjoyed and I applied for jobs teaching after school improvisation classes. One of the children in one of my classes was the inspiration for Logan, my character in Spelling Bee.
Nancy and I had talked for maybe 5 or 6 years before starting I'm Getting My Act Together, because we
Wow.
knew we wanted to write something about what was happening with women at the time. And right in the middle of a song, I got that idea. Let's make it be about a cabaret singer who's doing her new act, because her new act was, this is who I am. This is who I am going to be. I'm not going to be like that old person. And so
Vis-a-vis her strong woman number.
that's right. That's right. So sometimes it takes quite a while to find the story that you
Mhm.
do want to tell.
The best thing a writer can do, of course, is, to tell the truth. I mean, that's easy to say. But you remember, you're devising a lie. You're devising a lie in order to furnish the truth. The second question is a different thing entirely, because being a good writer has nothing to do with having a career as a writer. You got to get in there and use your elbows. You got to get in there and get your voice heard. Get affiliated with some theater in your area. I was in the Circle Rep Directors Lab. I became a member of Ensemble Studio Theater, where I still am, and that's where my play Finks was ultimately produced.
What enticed you or drew you to Around the Sun?
Well, you, Brad, because I think you're a really good writer, and you always have quite often a quirky take on things, a take that then is trying to move things in another direction.
Around the Sun is one of the most enjoyable secrets in the podcast world.
When you birth a piece of art into the world, it then is outside of you and it's also for other people to enjoy. And that's both beautiful and scary. I had a fantastic time working on this.